This video explains how to use Market Monitor to keep an eye on suburbs that you have an interest in. You'll receive an email each month with an update of those markets metrics. You can use Market Monitor to keep yourself informed of suburbs that you have an interest in. For example, you may already own a property in that suburb and you want to keep an eye on vacancy rates, or you may be looking to buy into a suburb and you want to keep an eye on prices. You may want to know when to exit a market. You might be looking at days on market to see if they're extending or if the DSR Plus is decreasing. You can use Market Monitor to choose the time to exit and the time to enter a market. To use Market Monitor, you need either a Lite or Pro membership. Pro is better, of course, because you have access to the best metrics on the website, including the DSR Plus. After logging in, select Market Monitor from the menu. In this example, I've already got two markets in the watch list that I added earlier. Tiwi, which is in Darwin, and Greenwood, which is in Perth. Each month when new data becomes available, I'll get an email containing a very brief report on these two markets. And you can see the report right now by clicking on the test button in the bottom right. You'll notice the report contains a table of data for each of the two suburbs I had in the watch list, Tiwi and Greenwood. I've set up each table to show me a couple of metrics for each market. For Tiwi, I'm interested in days on market and market cycle timing. And the report shows the values of these two metrics from the prior month and the latest month. This alerts me of any changes from month to month. Days on market changed from 49 days last month to 52 days this month, and market cycle timing went from 67 to 68. Now the colour is red if the metric's value for the latest month is beyond a threshold that I specified. In the case of market cycle timing, I wanted the metric to display in red if the market cycle timing score was above 65. Now, since the latest month's MCT is 68, the MCT row is displayed in red. For Greenwood, I wanted to see the DSR Plus and the typical value. I set the DSR Plus row to display in red if the DSR Plus was above 70. And for the latest month, the DSR Plus for Greenwood houses was 75, so the DSR Plus row is displayed in red. I also chose to see the typical value. I wanted to display the typical value in red if it drops below 600,000. Now the latest month shows a figure of 610,000, so the TV row is not displayed in red. Okay, let's go back to the Market Monitor and add a third suburb to keep an eye on. Oh, and by the way, for an explanation of every metric published on the website, visit the statistics page. You'll find a link to the statistics page at the top of the services page. Okay, you add a suburb by typing its name in the text field at the top of the Market Monitor. I'm going to select Reservoir Houses, which is in Melbourne. Make sure you select the right property type for the suburb. And then you just click on the Add Market button. You'll see a pop-up. This pop-up allows you to specify the statistics of interest that you want to keep an eye on. Note that Lite members are restricted in the metrics they can choose from, and you can check the pricing page for details. For Reservoir Houses, I want to know how the DSR Plus changes from month to month, so I select that from the list. A row has been added, and you can see the name of the metric I chose on the left of that row. The next two columns, change and value, are used to determine whether to display a metric in red on the monthly report. The default value for DSR Plus is 50. So, as things stand, if the latest month's DSR Plus is above 50, the monthly report will display the DSR Plus in red. If you're worried about a market's DSR Plus falling rather than rising, then you can display the DSR Plus in red if it falls below a certain value. And you do that by toggling the change column setting from rises above to falls below. Sometimes you don't know what to set the value column to, and the last two columns help with that. You can see the latest month's figure for the DSR Plus in the context ruler. Click on this context ruler icon and the DSR Plus context ruler for reservoir houses will appear. And you can see that currently the DSR Plus is 63. I'm concerned if it falls below 60, so I'm going to set a value of 60. Next month, if the DSR Plus for reservoir houses is below 60, the DSR Plus row will be displayed in red on the monthly report. I'm also going to add the typical value to see how prices have been changing. I want to know if the value falls below a certain threshold. And you can use the historical chart to help you decide. Click on the icon of an historical chart to see how values for houses have been changing in reservoir recently. I think I want to know if prices fall below 750,000. So I'll set 750,000 in the value column, and I'll toggle the change column from rises above to falls below. Now, if next month reservoir houses are less than 750,000, then I'll see the typical value row displayed in red on the monthly report. I'm also going to keep an eye on the vacancy rate. I'll accept the default, rises above 2%. Okay, so with this set, the report will show vacancy in red if the latest month's vacancy rate is above 2%. Okay, let me save those settings. And you can see the extra suburb has been added to the list. Okay, let's see the new report. Notice how there is another table included in the report. That's for reservoir houses. And the three metrics I specified appear in that table. None of those metrics are displayed in red. This means that none of the thresholds I set have been crossed in the latest month's data. Now, to edit the settings, click on the icon of a pencil. The pop-up reappears. And you can change the settings and save again. Remember to test your new settings using the red test button in the bottom right. And you can turn off notifications for any suburb by toggling this green button to white. Now if we rerun the report, there should be only 2 suburbs shown. If you turn off all notifications for all suburbs, you won't even receive an email. And you can remove a suburb entirely by clicking on the cross. And that's how you use Market Monitor to keep an eye on markets that you have an interest in. Note that if your Lite or Pro membership expires, you'll stop receiving those reports, so you need to keep your membership active. There's also a limit on the number of suburbs that you can be monitoring. Lite members can only monitor 2, whereas Pro members can monitor up to 30. For more on the difference between Lite and Pro, see the pricing page.